It jives with observations and statements of our witnesses who have been victimized by this kind of modus operandi that one, the perpetrator rarely is identified and even years after. So kahit po maraming witnesses na nakakita, walang makaka-identify, walang makaka-describe sa pumatay mismo.
What is strange to me, Mr. Chair, is that in the crime scene, when it was investigated, the Honda car that was yung nasa Honda po sa harap, it was identified. The motorcycles were identified. The driver was identified. May mga CCTV tayo na nakuha, and all those bystanders who saw the incident were identified. Pero ang hindi na-identify, Mr. Chair, and it has been going on for 4 years, is the possible motive, for example, and why it up to now it has been remained unresolved for 4 years now. So which actually leads me to probably my assumption, Mr. Chair, that the drug war at that time was made as a reference, as an excuse, probably for any individual who may be holding possible high office, to use that as a pretense to probably to get back on somebody na with personal vendetta, na meron silang personal vendetta. That's actually the thing that I have in mind, Mr. Chair. That's why I'd like to ask, Mr. Chair, Attorney Conti, Attorney Conti, dahil itong mga operation sa drug war na to, Attorney, you've heard about the salaysay, the affidavits of our witnesses here, Colonel Mendoza and Mr. Mariano, would you think that their testimonies have some semblance, or may corroborate the findings of your own investigation insofar as the EJK is concerned, based on your based on the findings that you did during those times? Would you say that based on their testimonies, it may have similarities that this committee might say na may system talaga, may pattern talaga na itong drug war nung nakaraang administrasyon ay nagagamit ito para rampant yung pagpatay, hindi lang dun sa mga small scale, small time na mga pushers on the street, but even this is also being used as a way to advance personal vendetta and then take down those personalities na ayaw nila or ayaw nilang makita or ayaw gumalaw o ayaw maipangbestiga na certain activity na makakasira sa kanila. Mr. Chair, Your Honors, if I may allow, if Ms. Attorney Conti may be allowed to respond to that question.
Yes, Your Honor. Specifically as to the circumstance of riding in tandem killing. So ito po yung katulad ng nakita po natin. It jives with observations and statements of our witnesses who have been victimized by this kind of modus operandi that one, the perpetrator rarely is identified and even years after. So kahit po maraming witnesses na nakakita, walang makaka-identify, walang makaka-describe sa pumatay mismo. Second, therefore you would have no case moving forward. Second, that the cases would likely be archived, sent to cold cases ang tawag po nila, at hindi na po mababalikan. And our theory is that either the police are coddling the perpetrators themselves, kumbaga protektado po nila yung pumatay, yung umalis. Or second, it's the police themselves who are the killers. That is our perception from the ground. And this modus operandi, Your Honors, is not only particular to the war on drugs, it's also applicable to any other politically motivated or any such motivated killings, even in the killings of activists. Ito na po ang modus operandi talaga. Basta po tinawag na enemy of the state. And during the time of Duterte, all drug addicts, all drug pushers, all those related to the drug trade, quote unquote, were called enemies of the state. In fact, Your Honor, if I may just add, as related to parang yung kaaway po na kung sino mang nasa posisyon, posible po yon. And we thought that the narco politicians list was one indication that the drug war could be directed against the political opposition. Kumbaga, pwede pong imbentuhin yung mga pangalan na ilalagay doon o kaya sisingitan o kaya on-site, kapag papatayin, sasabihin nila, drug lord to, o kaya drug addict to. Because from the point of view of the PNP and many others in power at that time, just the invocation of the drug war, or that this is an enemy of the state, was enough as an exempting circumstance in relation to the crime. Kahit po may krimen, sasabihin nila na okay lang napatayin yan dahil drug lord naman. When in fact it should not have been. Yung self-defense, even yung lawful performance of duty na sinasabi po ng police are only justifying circumstances. Meaning, dapat pong kasuhan, ito pong pumatay or nakapatay, at sa korte po patutunayan yung kaso. Kaya malaking issue din po ito, hindi lamang sa implementation ng polisiya, sa usapin ng mga kapulisan, kundi usapin din po ito para sa ating legal and justice system.
Thank you very much for that manifestation. For last lang po na manifestation, very quick po. I think, Mr. Chair, that this is a pattern, no? Nangyayari po. That the drug war in the previous administration was used to link personalities who may not, yung mga hindi kasama, yung mga hindi kakampi, like what happened to former mayor of Iloilo City, Mabilog. Sa palagay ko po, I think the committee has to dig deeper into this, no? Because the case of war on drugs, I guess, no, based on the salaysay of our witnesses, was used not to run after big drug pushers, not to run after and kill small-time pushers, but it was also made as a way to justify those who are not necessarily part or a friend to that administration, use that as a way to link them to the issue of illegal drugs. May bigay, maging biktima, not only mamatay, but even use that as a political assassination, in the case of the former Mayor Mabilog. I see the semblance, Mr. Chair, in the case of Mayor Mabilog, former Mayor Mabilog, and the one that we are discussing here right now, the former General Barayuga, na disguise of the war on drugs. Sila po yung naging biktima dito. Namatay yung isa namatay naman ng kanyang karakter. So, thank you very much for that opportunity, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Adjong.